Hello everyone and welcome back to 5-9 Gaming Mobile. It is your boy, the Masked Ningen, and we are here to bring back a series that we have not done for a while. The fan-made card series, where we take in your guys' suggestions for upcoming new cards or EZAs for cards. And we thought, what better time to bring it back than for the much anticipated EZA for Agl Turles. So everyone is hoping that his EZA is going to be very good, especially considering that he's releasing alongside the April Fool's Raditz. So we put out a form asking you guys to let us know what you want to see from his kit, and a bunch of members of the team have gone through and picked out one of their favorites to go through in the video. So let us go ahead and jump in and look at what Turles is like before his EZA, just so we can see what we are working with. Okay, so this is what Turles currently looks like in both versions of the game. He has the movie boss's lead for 3 key HP attack and defense 150%, or extreme class 3 key HP attack and defense 50%. We've been seeing with these 150 leaders that they have been going up to 160. However, both the 150 leaders from the anniversary, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Omega, both went up to 170. So kind of hard to guess what they're going to do with this guy. Even if it's 160, he probably becomes the best movie boss's leader anyway. His super attack is immense damage with a medium chance to stun, and then he gives all allies key +3, attack 40%, super class enemies attack -15%, activates Fruit of the Tree of Might boost when conditions are met. So he has no attack and defense in his passive, and then you have a 25% chance to activate the Fruit of the Tree of Might for 3 turns when HP is 80% or below, and then he transforms into the full power Turles, or Turles Boost, who gives immense damage with high chance to stun, attack and defense 130%, recovers 15% HP at the start of the turn, and superclass enemies defense -80% at the start of the turn. So very basic. There's a lot that they could do with him, but without further ado, let us go ahead and see what you guys have cooked up.
What's going on, 5-9 Gamers? Joe Wags here, and today we are going over some fan-made card ideas for the EZA Agl Turles. So I went ahead and picked out one that I thought was pretty interesting. So in this part of the video, we're going to go through that effect, and I'll kind of give you my thoughts on it. So this one comes from Mugiwara. So Mugiwara went ahead and did his own personal design for the Agl Turles. So we're going to go ahead and check it out here. So for the EZA super attack effect, he has greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn with a medium chance to stun the enemy. I could see them actually increasing the stun chance to like maybe a great chance, possibly, but I think it's very realistic to expect that that stun chance could stay the same. I do like the attack and defense raise on super, right? So Turles, we all know Turles needs defense. So most people that submitted ideas did give him a lot more defense, which is good, right? So the EZA passive, he has attack and defense plus 150 at the start of turn. And Turles previously didn't like have any start of turn. He just had like the support passive. So yeah, 150, something really solid like that I think is good. And then 50% damage reduction, like just flat out, no restrictions. I think something like that would be really ridiculous. If they gave him either guard or damage reduction, I think that could be like absolutely insane. Especially for a unit like Turles, who a lot of times you're going to run in slot 3. I think having that guard in slot 3 could be really, really good, or the damage reduction, right? Performs an additional attack with a medium chance to be a super if there's another movie bosses category ally on the team. And then all allies key 3 in attack and defense 40. I'm seeing a lot of people predict this, and I think a lot of people are going to expect this to be the case. Right now, Turles is key 3 in attack 40. I'm pretty like 99.9% positive they're going to put the 40 on there, right? And then super class enemies attack -20%, which that could be good in like Super Battle Road. And then activate the Fruit of the Tree of Might when conditions are met. So previously, Turles did 25% chance to activate it. Mugiwara went up to 40%. Now, this is actually something I don't like. I think Dokkan will do this, though. I think they will increase the chance. But I want it to be harder to transform, because most of the time, I like Turles as a floating support, right? I think if you're running Turles as the focus, like if you're running him and STR Turles as a rotation, I think, yeah, him transforming and being like an offensive powerhouse would be really good. But most of the time, him transforming is going to be bad. My absolute wish list for this, which I know Dokkan won't do, is that they actually just change this to an active skill. but I don't think they'll do that. So I do think the reason why I chose Mugigar is, even though I don't like that it's 40%, I think that's actually very realistic to like what they might do. Right now it's 25%, so maybe they'll just up it to 30. Maybe they'll go up to 40. Who knows, right? And you have to be 80% or below. That is the same as before. Then the thing is, though, it is a 3-turn transformation, so he will revert back. That, I guess, is the plus part of it, right? And then the transformed super attack effect greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn and does immense damage and stuns the enemy, like guaranteed stun. Now, I don't know, Super Vegeta has it, so it is, like, I guess, within the realm of possibility. I think what's more realistic is they will do stun like the turn he transforms. I could see that happen. Or he could do something where, like, he stuns the enemies just when he transforms. Like, I definitely could see something like that being the case. So I think having stun in there is good. It could be like something too where they just make it a great chance to stun, like a 70%. Something within that realm could be realistic, right? And then the post EZA passive for the transformation, attack and defense 220, which is a pretty good raise. I think he's 130 right now. So definitely, I mean, to make this transformation desirable, it does need to be very offensively powered, right? So I think 220 is a good number. Attacks effective against all types when attacking. So like super effective, that would be a really good touch for him there. And then performs an additional attack with a high chance to be a super. Recovers 15% HP in super class enemies, attack minus 40% and defense 80% as the return. So right now I think he's just defense minus 80. So having that 40% is really good, and that pairs well with the 20% he's getting beforehand, right? So the reason why I like this kit, I like the parallel that they're saying that when he's pre-transformed, he's like a defensive support unit, where you're getting damage reduction and you're supporting. And then when you transform, you trade off the guard or the damage reduction. You trade off the damage reduction for effective against all types while you're getting more powerful. I feel like this is a really like kind of realistic, and I think it's the way Dokkan is going to think of it, because that's what they want. They want him to be an offensive powerhouse when he transforms, and then before that, a support unit. But I like the idea that they do something to make him defensive. So there you go, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments of all of these as other YouTubers here are going through them. So I'll go ahead and pass it along to the next one.
What is going on, my dudes, here at 5-9 Gaming Mobile? Tyster here with the homies of 5-9, obviously, to talk about fan-made EZAs for Agl Turles, and I've been hoping that Agl Turles gets one soon, but you know, obviously we just got the announcement on JP that he is getting one, so let's go ahead and talk about it. So this one comes from Ash AJ on Twitter. Thank you so much, Ash AJ. We're going to go ahead and start off with the post EZA super attack effect, which is raises defense infinitely, it looks like. I love infinite defense stackers, so bravo, you made Tystra a very happy boy. Greatly raises attack for 1 turn and causes immense damage with a medium chance to stun. The only other change is that raises attack for 1 turn. It's only going to be a 30% raise, so it's not really too big a deal. I think that the raises defense infinitely is the best part, obviously. So that's pretty dope. Post EZA passive, attack and defense plus 120%. Super class allies attack minus 25%. All allies keep plus 3, attack and defense plus 40%. And seals targeted enemies when facing a Goku's family category enemy. So first things first, that attack and defense buff at the beginning could go up to 150, to be honest. And then of course the super class enemies minus 25% attack. I know that's originally on his passive, but I don't think it really does anything personally. I might be the only one in Dokkan that thinks that basically minusing attack or defense doesn't hurt the enemy as much as that people think it does, but I digress. Seals targeted enemies is fantastic. You're going to seal those supers, so definitely worth the little bump up right there. Post EZA transformation conditions, this goes from 25% to 40% to activate. So 40% to activate when it is 3 turns starting from the 3rd turn of the start of battle. So that's pretty good. I could definitely take that for sure. Now, before you wouldn't want to transform your Turles. So transforming your Turles is definitely like going to be better with this EZA. I can tell you that already, if this is how the EZA is going to go. So greatly raises attack and defense for 3 turns, causes immense damage to enemy with a high chance to stun. Pretty self-explanatory. Greatly raises his attack and defense. I believe greatly raises is 50 to 70%. I can't remember. Transformed passive attack defense plus 166%, recovers 25% HP, and super class enemies defense minus 90%. At the start of turn, launches an additional attack that has a great chance to become a super attack, launches a critical hit when facing a Goku's family category enemy. Now, the attack and defense is fine, recovers 25 instead of 15, I think it was, HP, 15%, but now we're at a 25% HP. I think that's fantastic. Super class enemies defense minus 90%. That might be good, obviously, because it's 90%, but I digress. I still don't think it does as much as people think it does. At the start of turn, launch an additional attack, which is great because you want to be able to attack multiple times with this guy, especially, you know, when you're hitting and getting that greatly raised attack and defense for 3 turns. So, yeah, I think that's pretty dope. And then launches a critical hit when facing a Goku's family category. You're basically going to nuke these guys. You're going to nuke every single Goku's family unit. But what do you know? What do you guys think about this? Do you guys think that this is a good one? Definitely want to give another shout out to Ash AJ. You did a fantastic job. And definitely thank you for submitting. I loved it. And hopefully you guys did too. We'll catch you guys later.
Alright, it's Gayle Wright here. We're on to the next Fanmade Eza with JC Gamers coming out here. So I have had a little bit of a look at the original Agl Turles, so I'm gonna try and remember it. I'm not too familiar with the transformed state versus the normal one, so let's get right into it, shall we? So his post-Eza super attack effect from JC Gamer is greatly raises defense infinitely and has a great chance to stun, of course immense damage as well. I think with how he is right now, which is a medium chance to stun only, I think he'll have a 3-turn greatly raises defense in my eyes, and his great chance will be more of a high chance, I feel. I don't think they'll go to the extent, obviously, where JC Gamers got. It's 2 higher steps. But, I mean, hey, this is really good. I like the idea, and it's similar to what I was assuming as well would happen with Agl Turles. His post-Eza passive is a 150% attack and defense, which, if I'm not mistaken, he doesn't have a start of turn right now, so that's already amazing. 50% attack and 30% damage reduction when receiving an attack. All allies 3 keep and 50% attack and defense. Great. As a support, he'll be phenomenal in that regards. Probably he'll be the best support pretty much from the get-go. And when versing a Goku family Namekian or Earthling category enemy, do an additional super attack. Good in my eyes. I think that's fine. When versing a Namekian or Earthling category enemy, guard against all attacks, reduces damage by 5% up to 15% for all allies except himself. For every movie boss character on the team. Superclass enemies minus 20% attack. Okay, so the last part is A-okay. The middle part, specifically this one, right? I'm not entirely too sure about which one of the 2 they'll have. I think they might have one or the other pretty much. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. I would lean towards the second one being a plausibility, the reduces damage one, in addition with the 30% he gets when he gets hit, right? So to be honest, I think this is much more likelier. And I do like the fact that it's only on the team. It's not on rotation. It excludes himself. So it excludes himself, but he does need 3 other movie bosses on the team, which you can argue is a little bit but I mean, you're probably going to run him primarily on more so movie boss-like categories or with other movie bosses effectively, apart from maybe like Pure Saiyans. But maybe even on Pure Saiyans, you could easily run a Broly team, right? Or something of that sort. You know, have like, obviously, Vegeta as the leader and then just Broly's and Turles around him, basically. Wouldn't link the best, but that's an option. Overall, this is a really decent passive. Just one line I would probably remove from this. Otherwise, really, really powerful already. What is the post-Eza transformation condition? 25% chance to gain the effects of boost, 3 turns. For me, I don't think this is going to be the case. I think what they're going to do is they'll keep the HP condition, which if I'm not mistaken is 80% or below. They are, however, going to adjust this to become 40% in my opinion, or just 35%, similar to what they did with SSB Vegeta when he transforms into SSBE, Android 21. They change the percentage. They don't change the condition necessarily. So for me, I think just the percentage is going to go up for sure. His transformed post-Eza super attack effect is massively raises attack and defense for 1 turn, does immense damage to an enemy, and guaranteed stun and crit. Okay, that's a little bit too much going on there. Currently, he only does a high chance to stun in his transformed state. That's going to become great chance to stun easily. I feel like that's a little bit too much going on at the end there. I think that's a bit too crazy. That's super Vegeta-esque, basically. And massively raises is not going to happen. I think it's going to be a greatly raised attack and defense. I would love it to be massively, but no, I doubt it. I immediately doubt it. But yeah, a great chance to stun. Maybe a high chance to crit as well alongside it. And then a greatly raised attack and defense. Even that, I would say you could make an argument for it being really, really strong as well. It's just that most people will probably think this is way too much going on right now. Even though I think a lot of people would also say, you know, it doesn't matter. Make it broken, right? Even I would say make it broken, but you know how Akatsuki are. I don't see them doing this. His transformed post EZA passive is 250% attack and defense, 150 attack and defense on super. That's crazy. 400% attack and defense on super, basically, at that point when he's supering. Not happening. I think that's way too much happening. I mean, the 250 in itself is way too much. Allies 3 key and 70% attack and defense, that's definitely, he's not getting support on his transformation. I 100% believe that is not gonna happen. Guard against all attacks. When guard is activated, reduce damage by 30%. Guaranteed additional super attack when versing a pure Saiyan, Namekian, Earthling, or Hybrid Saiyan category enemy. Guaranteed additional with a high chance to super. Super class enemies defense minus 100% and recover 25% HP. That is literally the best unit in the game by and far away. Honestly, even if it's for 3 turns, he'll be amazing for those 3 turns. I don't think that's gonna happen, by the way. This is way too much happening, and especially with massively raises attack and defense for 1 turn, and you give him 2 additional super attacks basically on top of his hidden potential system. Nah, that's just no way. This man's gonna have like 1,000,000 defense on his he'll literally have 1,000,000 defense on after supering. That's crazy. No, I don't think this is way too much happening over here. I don't see it necessarily going this way. What I do believe is he's gonna keep that 150% attack and defense possibly carried forward. What he may get is a 50% attack on defense on super, or 200% attack and defense and then an additional 50% on super, which is fine. The support has got to go. It's not gonna stay. I don't think this is gonna happen, but if they wanted to keep it, maybe they can deteriorate it a little bit in favor of him being stronger. Probably like maybe all allies 1 key and 20% attack and defense, right? Something like that could also be decent in my opinion. I think that would be immensely powerful. Guard against all attacks, and then when the guard is activated, reduce damage by 30%. I think that's probably just gonna go and he'll just get 30% damage reduction, period, kind of like what he has already. I don't see the guard sticking around. And then guaranteed additional super attack when versing a pure Saiyan, Namekian, Earthling, or Hybrid Saiyan. I like it because it adds on from this basically. So I'm okay with this first additional super. The second one I don't see happening necessarily, but I think it's a good idea nonetheless. I mean, hey, listen, if this is what we're getting effectively, I would be absolutely creaming my pants. Honestly, low key though. Not even low key, high key I would be creaming my pants because holy crap, this is really, really strong. And then of course the superclass enemies defense minus 100%. We've seen that already. He'll get a boost to that because currently it is 80% negative 80% if I'm not mistaken. So that's gonna stick around. And the recovers 25% HP is I think fantastic because it's going to help him in his EZA transformation condition because he needs it. Or he transforms when it's 80% or below HP, right? So 25% HP will recover your HP at that point to maximum if you are, say, at like say 75 to 80%. So I think that's a fantastic addition. I would absolutely love it. Fits in as well with the Tree of Might and Senkai Boost and all that jazz, you know, recovering basically to tip-top shape. Overall, I like the ideas here because this would probably become the best unit in the game by and far away. Probably only second to the 7-year LRs, but I don't see it happening. I unfortunately do not see this happening. This is way too much going on. I do think that a lot of it could easily translate into Turles, but in a very more subdued way. It won't be completely like this. But I still like it, JC Gamer. Big ups to you for doing this. We're gonna move on to the next content creator. Let's see what they have on offer.
Hello 5-9 gamers, it's Minato here, and today we're going to be taking a look at another Agl Turles Fanmade EZA here. And yeah, I'm very excited for this EZA. Let's hop right into it. It's been a while since we've done one of these, but I really can't wait. So, First and foremost, we do have, obviously, the submission by Queenski. Thank you, everyone, for your submissions, and this is the one I decided to go ahead and choose. So, this is post-EZA super attack effect before he's transformed. Greatly raises defense 1 turn, causes immense damage with a high chance to stun. I really do love the high chance to stun especially, and the 50% defense rates is very nice as well, because I value this guy as like a floating defensive option. That's what I want him to be. So him having that high chance to stun is very good, and then that 50% defense raise will allow him to be an excellent floating unit, which is very, very beautiful in my opinion. His passive, attack and defense plus 100%. He does give all allies key 3 and attack plus 40%. Then extreme class allies get 1 key and 50% defense. I think that's fine. Given extreme class 4 key, 40% attack and 50% defense total is super, super wild. That's a huge buff. Because we have like, you know, the LR androids that give the 4 key and like 50% defense to extreme class, right? So giving Turles something like that, like 4 key to extreme class allies would be insane. Superclass enemies get attack and defense minus 20%. He has 40% damage reduction and guard, but he has to be facing a superclass enemy, which honestly I'm fine with for the most part, right? We do have the red zone, which is all extreme class, however, but I feel like even with just this guy's stats alone and the greatly raised defense, he should still be runnable for sure in the red zone, I think. Though you would all obviously prefer this to be separated, maybe something like 40% damage reduction and guard against superclass, you know, like that's separate. Maybe this is unconditional, but I think it's fine. It's not like we're never gonna get superclass bosses or anything like that in the future, right? Then it has a 40% chance to activate Fruit of the Tree and Might Boost when HP is 80% or below. Now he greatly raises defense for 3 turns, which is really good. Causes immense damage and has 70% chance to stun. Then he gives a small buff to extreme class allies of 30%. His passive, attack and defense plus 150%. He gets 50% defense when collecting orbs as the first attacker. This is the new mechanic that the Power Bros activated. So essentially how it works is instead of you having to attack first, it's when you collect orbs, so it's instantly at the start of turn. Because it's not when attacking. So it could help units that maybe in the future have dodge and stuff. He gets 50% damage reduction when collecting orbs as the first or second attacker. Guard when collecting orbs as the third attacker. 20% HP recovery. A 30% attack and 80% defense debuff to superclass enemies. And he still supports everyone by 2 key and 30% attack and defense. That's what I really like to see right here. Him keeping the support after he transforms, even if it's just a key in his Rose, is very, very important to me, and that's what I really would like to look in it. So honestly, I think this Turles looks quite incredible, very powerful, very strong, just how I would like him to be. Again, thank you Queenski and everyone for your submissions, and that's pretty much it for me. Let's hop right into the next submission.
Okay, so last but not least, we have my pick, and this comes to us from lethalityfe. He has made the post-EZA super attack effect, greatly raises defense for 1 turn, does immense damage while having a high chance to stun. I definitely wanted the stun chance to go up for both his based and his transformed state, and I think greatly raising defense is very good. Obviously, for a lot of teams, you're going to run Turles as a 3rd slot floating unit, so having that greatly raising defense, he doesn't have to be a great slot 1 unit, right? So getting his defense on super attack is perfectly fine. The post-EZA passive is attack and defense 150%. Superclass enemies attack minus 20 and defense minus 60%. All allies key plus 3, attack and defense 40%. So adding in the defense is definitely good. I don't think you need to buff up the attack. 40% is perfectly fine. And then an additional attack and defense 20% for extreme class allies. So obviously Turles has always been good because you can run him on any team because he gives all allies the buff. So this just makes him like a must run on extreme teams basically. And then an additional defense 20% per attack received up to 100%. So even in long form events, he's still going to be able to hold his own defensively, especially after getting a super attack, especially after a double super attack. His defense is actually going to be looking pretty crazy when you factor in the EZA stats as well. So The post EZA transformation condition is 40% chance for 3 turns when HP is 80% or below. I think this is still a pretty reasonable condition. And then once he has transformed, the transformed post EZA super attack effect is massively raises attack and raises defense for 1 turn. So this is like the GT Dokkan Fest. He causes immense damage while having a great chance to stun. So yeah, put the stun chance up in the transformation as well. That's exactly what I would like to see. And then the transformed post EZA passive is attack and defense 220%, recovers 20% HP, and superclass enemies attack minus 30 and defense minus 80%. Then he gets an additional attack and defense 100% when performing a super attack, and then performs an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super. So that seems like quite a lot, but remember that Turles is a unit that you usually want to run on the team as a support unit, and when he transforms, it's kind of annoying, but the counterpart is that when he transforms, he should become an absolutely busted unit. Because remember, unlike Blue Evolution Vegeta or Android 21, once he transforms, it's only for 3 turns, not permanent. So this kind of makes him, when he's transformed, he will be an absolute monster. So I definitely think this is a very, very good submission here. So shout out to Lethality. Shout out to everybody who submitted a card. Obviously, there were a lot of responses to this, and we can only put so many into the video. But we do appreciate all you guys that submitted one. It was very fun for us all to go through and read them all. And we definitely will do this again in the future for upcoming Dokkan Fests or upcoming EZAs. So make sure you are not only subscribed to the 5-9 Gaming mobile channel, make sure you follow us across all of our social media, including Twitter, where we will be posting the forms for future videos if you want to get your ideas into a future episode. So from me, the Master Ningen, and everyone at 5-9 Gaming, thank you all for checking out the video, and we will see you all again soon. Peace out.